On July 13, 2024, the United States witnessed a shocking event that sent ripples through the political landscape: an assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump. As the presumptive Republican nominee for the 2024 presidential election, Trump was speaking at a campaign rally in Butler, Pennsylvania, when shots rang out, striking him in the ear and causing chaos among the gathered crowd. This incident, the first of its kind involving a former or current U.S. president since the attempted assassination of Ronald Reagan in 1981, has raised serious questions about political violence, security, and the state of American democracy. The incident, at approximately 6:12 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 minutes into Trump's speech at the Butler Farm Showgrounds, a gunman opened fire on the former president. The shooter, later identified as 20-year-old Thomas Matthew Crooks, had positioned himself on the roof of a shed 200 to 400 feet north of Trump, outside the security perimeter of the rally. Using an AR-15 style semi-automatic rifle, Crooks fired 8 shots into the rally. One bullet struck Trump's upper right ear, causing him to drop to the ground. In a testament to the efficiency of the Secret Service, agents immediately lunged toward Trump, shielding him from potential further attack. What happened next has already become an iconic moment in American political history. After about 25 seconds, Trump rose to his feet, blood visible on his ear and face. In a display of defiance, he raised his fist and pumped it at the crowd, eliciting cheers and chants of USA from his supporters. Trump was then quickly escorted to a vehicle and taken to a nearby hospital. The human toll of the attack extended beyond the former president. 3 rally attendees were hit by gunfire, resulting in 1 fatality and 2 critical injuries. The identity of the deceased has not been released at the time of writing. The shooter's rampage was short-lived. Almost immediately after opening fire, Crooks was killed by a sniper from the United States Secret Service counter-assault team, bringing an end to the immediate threat but leaving many questions unanswered. The aftermath. Following the shooting, Trump was transported to Butler Memorial Hospital for examination. He was released later that evening and flown to New Jersey, where he spent the night recuperating at Trump National Golf Club Bedminster. In a statement released on Truth Social, Trump described the moment of impact, saying he heard a whizzing sound and felt the bullet ripping through the skin of his ear. The incident sparked an immediate and wide-ranging investigation. The FBI is leading the probe, working in conjunction with the Department of Justice, the United States Secret Service, and the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms and Explosives. The shooting is being investigated as an attempted assassination, a serious federal crime. The shooter. The identity of the shooter, Thomas Matthew Crooks, has raised as many questions as it has answered. A 20-year-old resident of Bethel Park, Pennsylvania, Crooks had no known criminal record. He was a 2022 graduate of Bethel Park High School, where he had received a $500 award from the National Math and Science Initiative, suggesting academic achievement. Politically, Crooks presented a confusing picture. He was a registered Republican, with his voter registration active since 2021. However, on January 20, 2021, he made a small campaign donation of $15 to the Progressive Turnout Project through Act Blue, a Democratic Party donation platform. This seemingly contradictory political activity has fueled speculation about his motives and affiliations. At the time of the shooting, Crooks was wearing a shirt that appeared to be merchandise from Demolition Ranch, a popular YouTube channel focused on firearms. This detail has led to discussions about gun culture and its potential influence on the shooter. Political reactions. The assassination attempt on a former president and current presidential candidate has, unsurprisingly, elicited strong reactions from across the political spectrum. President Joe Biden was quick to condemn the violence, stating, "There's no place in America for this kind of violence. It's sick." Biden later spoke with Trump by phone, a gesture of unity in the face of this attack on the democratic process. Leaders from both major parties have denounced the attack and expressed well wishes for Trump's recovery. However, the incident has also become a political flashpoint, with some using it to criticize their opponents. For example, Republican U.S. Representative Mike Collins of Georgia called for a Republican prosecutor to charge Biden for inciting an assassination, while Republican Senator J.D. Vance of Ohio blamed the Biden presidential campaign's political rhetoric. On the legislative front, House Speaker Mike Johnson has pledged to open an investigation into the shooting, seeking testimony from federal law enforcement and national security officials. Senate Republicans are urging the Democratic-controlled Senate to conduct hearings as well. International reactions. The assassination attempt on Trump has drawn condemnation from leaders around the world. Heads of state and government from countries as diverse as Argentina, Australia, Canada, France, India, Israel, Japan, and the United Kingdom have expressed their shock at the incident and wished Trump a speedy recovery. The global response underscores the international significance of American politics and the universal repudiation of political violence. Security implications. The shooting has raised serious questions about the security of political figures in the United States, particularly during campaign events. While the Secret Service's response to the immediate threat has been praised, the fact that the shooter was able to position himself with a clear line of fire to the former president is concerning. This incident may lead to a re-evaluation of security protocols for campaign events, potentially changing the nature of political rallies and the level of interaction between candidates and the public. Historical context. While shocking, this assassination attempt is not without precedent in American history. 4 U.S. presidents have been assassinated since the founding of the nation: Abraham Lincoln in 1865, James Garfield in 1881, William McKinley in 1901, and John F. Kennedy in 1963. Several other presidents and candidates have survived assassination attempts, including Theodore Roosevelt in 1912, Franklin D. Roosevelt in 1933, Gerald Ford in 1975, and Ronald Reagan in 1981. The most recent incident involving a major presidential candidate before Trump was the shooting of George Wallace in 1972, which left him paralyzed. This historical context serves as a sobering reminder of the ongoing threat of political violence in the United States. Media coverage and public reaction. The assassination attempt on Trump has dominated news coverage since it occurred. A particularly striking image, captured by Associated Press photographer Evan Butchie, shows a bloodied Trump pumping his fist in the air, surrounded by Secret Service agents with an American flag in the background. This photo has been widely circulated and has become a symbol of the incident, with some seeing it as a powerful representation of Trump's resilience and others viewing it as a disturbing emblem of America's political divisions. Public reaction to the event has been mixed. While there has been near universal condemnation of the violence itself, the incident has also intensified existing political divisions. Some Trump supporters have viewed the attack as validation of their concerns about political persecution, while critics have worried about the potential for the incident to be exploited for political gain. Looking ahead, as the investigation into the assassination attempt continues, several key questions remain unanswered. 1. What was the shooter's motive? The seemingly contradictory nature of Crook's political activities has made it difficult to ascertain a clear motive for the attack. 2. How will this incident impact the 2024 presidential election? The shooting occurred just days before the scheduled start of the Republican National Convention, and its effects on the campaign trail are yet to be fully realized. 3. What changes, if any, will be made to security protocols for political events? 4. How will this event influence public discourse around political violence and gun control? The assassination attempt on Donald Trump represents a shocking moment in American political history. It serves as a stark reminder of the fragility of democracy and the ever-present threat of political violence. As the nation grapples with the implications of this event, it is clear that its repercussions will be felt far beyond the immediate aftermath, potentially shaping the course of American politics for years to come. In the days and weeks ahead, as more information comes to light and the national conversation evolves, Americans will be forced to confront difficult questions about the state of their democracy, the nature of political discourse, and the balance between security and openness in a free society. The answers to these questions may well determine the future direction of the nation.